So for today, the hand is against two non-ranked people. We play flash, spin, 10 euros. Button folds, small blind limps. So right off the bat, we can say that mainly it's gonna be weak, since recreatives usually raise a strong hand and limps they don't really have a balanced range. So we should be aggressive against this, but 10-6 suited plays well in possession, so not too much reasons to ISO. Flop comes nine of spades and queen four of clubs, so pretty good flop for us. He c-bets half pots. We decide to call. We turn the flush, which is obviously nice for us. He goes for a small bet. So here we kind of want to get some value, but we want to keep his bluffs in. We say that mainly his hand we're gonna be weak, so by raising we might make him fold too much. So we decide on a small raise. This is not gonna be GTO, obviously this is an exploit, but still we will analyze the hand afterwards. And when the kings come, we are gonna have a hard time to value, because as we said, we think he's mainly on a weak hand, so it's a king probably does not hit his range since he would have raised pre-flop. He decides to check, so far the read is like pretty much what we expect. So once again here, probably GTO is not gonna go with this I went. I went for 40% pot. What we can say is it's not gonna be GTO. GTO is probably gonna shove, but I want to maybe make him call with a 9 or a 4, or maybe some random pocket pairs or really shitty queen X. So seeing this, I would even have gone maybe even smaller as an exploit, and it says to fold. So let's see what sort of thinks about it. So its range, GTO range from small blind is as such, so 20% calling range, mainly mixed in theory, because against a weak player he's probably not gonna mix like any of ace X. He's never gonna limp ace king off, or really it's gonna be rare. So we are mainly looking at maybe some low suited portions and some random offsuit combos. So obviously with our combo, GTO is gonna like to check all the suited hands, because it plays nice and we're in position. Maybe against this guy I could maybe start to ISO some queen 8, queen 7 suited, king 8, king 7 suited, since he might limp call with like, I don't know, jack deuce, king 4, and we dominate this hand. On the flop he's gonna probably have lots of c-bets. We expect like 33%. Still it's not that much, because as we say, like his range does not contain a lot of jack 10 or queen X. He have few queen X, but not all that much. So when he c-bets, and in theory it's obviously balanced, but as I said, we can cut out of all of the ace X, probably a lot of king X, queen X too, at least the best ones. But you could also have like maybe two pairs, king, queen 8, stuff like this. But obviously with our combo we have no business raising. We are in position, we have a flush draw. We also had a 10, so we have some backdoor straight draws, so just calling will be the best option here. So we turned the flush, and he decided on a check, if I remember correctly. No, on a small bet, sorry. Small bet. So again, we see he doesn't have much bet. and mainly is better queen x, which he's probably not having in this spot as we've established. And I'm pretty sure like my raise is not gonna be too good in theory. Like we had 10-6 suited, so even GTO does a bit of it. So I would not have expected that too much. But as you can see, like it's 2% from for the sizing, so it's only a theoretical bets, but we are mainly not using this bet size. A big, I would advocate maybe for a big raise against a reg, but probably not this sizing, since we kind of want to be polarized, I believe. I mean, if we look at what raises, we have queen 9, and what bluffs, we barely have any bluffs, maybe some 4x. So we decided on a small raise, which is GTO approved, which surprised me a bit. And he decided on check, and on this I'm probably gonna have to shove mainly with my hand, I guess. Yep. But as we've said, like for him, for the shove to be profitable, he must have some king x, some queen tens, which is probably not having even like ace queen suited. So we cut off a lot of his check call. He's left with basically like almost nothing. So that's why we don't go for on the lane and we just find a smaller bit size, which GTO obviously does not have, because it's a spot where we have to be polarized. So this is a good spot to see, like, of course, the best option against the bot is obviously to shove here, but let's realize like we don't play against GTO opponents, and at the end of the day, the most important thing to do is to exploit our opponents, and when he does not have any good calling range, I mean, when we shove, we're gonna make him fold like 100%, so we have no business doing this. That's why we could try to go for a small siding, try to get some random 9, random 4, maybe even some random 3s, like some random ace 3 off. And yeah, so maybe I remember that I bet like 4 big blind, I guess. I could even go smaller to max exploit against someone like who's really literally clueless about the game. So yeah, that's it for today.